Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this new session for 2026 on our Market Outlook and NQ Playbook. Together we have Maciej and Patrick. Welcome, guys.
Welcome, everybody. How's it going?
Hello, welcome.
So yesterday was the first session we did for 2026, and I think we have some really cool examples. So today we're going to start with Maciej going over gold, and then we're going to show you some other example and also look at the dashboard as well on some of the things that we have. So I'll take it away, Maciej.
So, good morning, everyone. Hello, how are you? I hope everybody are very good. So let's jump and dive. If you remember yesterday when we have our meeting, we were saying that we will wait around 45.00 on GCG, and later we will try to make some short position because all matrix from gamma exposure and not only showing this. If you doesn't check and it wasn't yesterday, you have opportunity jump to our YouTube, you have lives, and then around 32:13 we start our gold series, and later we will spoken about what is going on, perhaps what will gold do. And today we start our session exactly on 44.50. This is our roadmap from yesterday. So you have clear picture how MenthorQ labels work, how our preparation works, and not only. So right now, let's jump together and map our plan for today. So first things first, let's go with our CTA position model. So what we have, something new right now from yesterday till today on gold. What we have, reducing long position. Also, what we have, silver, the same. Copper, aluminum, nope. But what we can expect that somebody says this label, this price for gold right now and other metals perhaps are too high. Also, what I was saying, that dollar index long position is growing, as usually how it works is dollar index growing, it push price of gold to the downside. And yesterday we built new position, today we have reduction a little bit. So it also tells us the story. So what we can expect if they reduce position, that dollar will be dropping, and that should push our prices gold to the higher levels. From CTA positions, also we have that kind of information that we are near the tops. The green one represent CTA position, and what usually in this period means for us that they are reducing and we have corrections. And exactly yesterday, after touching this round label, we get $15 drop right now. And what we have right now, where we are, what is going on. So another step, let's dive to our gamma exposure for all expiration. Still main strike is sitting around 45.00. The next big one strike is sitting around 46, and between what we have 45.50. But right now we are plus minus here, and what is represent us and tell us that till 44 we are staying in positive gamma regime, and this is support us to growing. If we cross this, then this tiny profile should give us extended moves to the downside. So remember, where is our cross model, where is our line, where are our main strikes and how they look, where they are growing. And for today, our gamma expiration shows near 2% expiring, main strike sitting right now near 44.50, so we are near this place in negative gamma regime. Ladies and gents, supporting us 44.30 plus minus, but if we cross this, then we have still negative regime, extended moves, and we can perhaps drop till plus minus 43.65.70 zone. But if we stay above and we will building long position, what we can expect 45 right now as our main resistance, and later our strikes sitting around 45.35 and 45.50. So right now our main strikes are sitting between 44.40 and 45.50. Another expiration tomorrow, how it looks a little bit similar. Supporting line is 44.25. If we cross this, then massacre. But if we stay above, we are sitting in positive gamma regime without any extended moves, and still 45 plus minus zone is our main resistance. Right now, what we have on our GCG, we are near the main cluster, so let's map everything together for today. Put support, blind spot 3, 1 day mean is our right now main support. We are sitting after dropping below HVL 0 DTE in negative regime. And when I'm saying extended moves, what we have, voila, take a look. These candles are much bigger than before. If we drop below put support and blind spot 3 with 1 day mean, if this not hold, then another main level, HVL, is sitting around 33. So it's really very interesting zone what is going on here. I will be looking also with our pro group what is going on. Do we stay above? And if yes, what we can target it to the upside. So first things first, of course, HVL 0 DTE, then call resistance with call resistance gamma wall 0 DTE and blind spot 4 45.00. Later, if we cross this, we are coming back near to the last highs from December. So 45.60 plus minus, 1 day max is sitting. And later, do we have something interesting? Only blind spot 8 and 6. But below HVL, we have also far away put support. So right now, from my perspective, what we have is put support 1 day mean and blind spot 3, the main support. Then if we cross this, I will expect acceleration with negative gamma regime to the downside. Also, GLD, if you remember, we were sitting on the risk triggers from few days in the zone. This is our map from yesterday, and it's work like resistance. Right now we are dropping below. We are also near 1 day mean with HVL, so I will clear our chart. Let's map together everything one more time. If we cross this, then another zone, put support with put support 0 DTE, blind spot and lower band from 3 days ago, sitting around 400 on GLD. So take a look, is 7 points of difference between the last main levels. So it plus minus around $80 moves on gold to the downside. And then if this zone not hold, we have another amazing cluster, lower band from 3 days sitting around 385 zone, another HVL. For me, right now, put support, blind spot 2 and lower band from 3 days ago will be main support from GLD. If we don't stop right here on 1 day mean and HVL 0 DTE, but if we stopped, what we can expect if we cross this 3 times risk trigger sitting between 408 to 413 plus minus, then we have core resistance with gamma wall and blind spot 415, and later it shows new highs, core resistance with 1 day max sitting around 420. So guys, have a plan A, have a plan B, have a plan C. Let's mark everything together. What we expect if we stay above 1 day mean and HVL, what we expect if we cross this. And also we should have plan C if nothing happened, and right now we will stay in this little range between risk triggers and HVL. Later, gold volatility index is growing up. What it means for us that we should expect extended moves, so connect the dots if we drop, especially between one-day mean and HVL. If put support and one-day mean with blind spot 3 not hold, then we know exactly how far we can drop, connect the dots, take a look to the GLD, also use the new snapshot, look at GCG, the most traded right now contract, look how volatility, is it growing, maybe dropping, also it should give you some words, and later let's jump and take a look what is going on also on dollar index. So right now dollar index is sitting in the box. We are not such a far one-day max. Above we have call resistance near 99, but if we cross HVL, which is sitting near 98.5, then we have a really cool gap to call resistance and gamma wall sitting around 20 cents lower, and later zone 98 plus minus put support 0 DTE with HVL with blind spot and one day mean, creating another interesting zone where we should accept that move perhaps is finished for today. I will repeat, for today. Tomorrow we have another day, and also let's take a look what is going on Japanese yen with dollar index. Right now we are not such a far last highs. We are sitting between last highs and last lows, so we are waiting for some tips. We are not such a far HVL, so that will change our gamma regime. Do we have some questions, Fabio, about gold right now? If yes, I will stop right now and wait, try to answer for this.
I have some questions for you, my friend.
Come on, Patrick. Let's go.
So,
Jump.
what could be possible today important if you're looking to economic calendar? What could be impacting gold today? Is there anything?
So, for me, right now, the first data will show in 1 minute. So this is ADP. And later, after the bell, we also have some economic data coming to the market. So minimum 2 times we should expect kick of volatility, especially on gold. And later, when we open the normal pit session in next 6 minutes, I will be waiting to build initial balance, and then I will try to match some good ideas. But right now, if this zone around 44.40 not hold, oh man, it's open space. If this a begin of bigger correction, oh boy, we will have a really big extended moves, and I will not be surprised that it will be something similar like we had in October. This one exactly. Real flush.
Yeah, thank you. So basically, let's repeat this again because people was asking for more actionable insights. What is at the moment your plan A, plan B, and plan C? What you're looking for when you want to go into the market? Maybe give us only one example because we have also the pro room where we executing our trades live. So give us one idea where you're looking for.
So right now we are after the economic data. Do you have maybe info right now, Patrick, what kind of scores we have?
At the moment, I'm looking only into my charts.
So if they are such a good right now, let's map long position together. Put support one day mean with blind spot 3 is holding. So let's map $5 stop loss and coming back to call resistance gamma wall. And then if we cross this, I will target it to one day max. So minimum Risk is 3.5, 3.7. Looks very well for me. This will be my first setup for gold today.
Makes sense.
If not, this big gap will pay me later. I will invert my position in similar way, and then my target will be HVL. Simple long if we stay in positive gamma regime, and bigger short if we drop below.
Yeah. Good plan. Guys, let us know if you have any questions, because the sessions is for you. We are here for you, to helping you to define some trading plan for you, to bring you here more actionable insights, how you can use MenthorQ. Maciej is here. He's really good gold trader. So any questions, let's go.
So this zone for me is extra. We have a really big space if we drop, but if hold, it gives us extra idea how we can manipulate our position for a long. We also have not such a far very good and main labels like HVL, call resistance with gamma wall and blind spot 4, later 1 day max. I love it. But also what is sitting in my head, we start this week with the gap and still this gap is not filled. And if you remember, in the market there is 3-day gap rule. I'm very often used it.
What is this 3-day gap rule? Why is this important?
So it says something like this: if we not cover this gap in next 3 days, then please do not have this in your mind. We get a new impulse. The pressure of the market in the directional move is still big.
Perfect. Perfect. And yes, we do this also today again for ES and for NQ. We will dive in this in a few minutes, but today we want to start first with gold, because gold is now a really good time for take a trade. So that's why gold first.
I think also, Patrick, you have some really good example from yesterday. We're gonna share this in an email today, so stay tuned, guys. We're gonna send over a video of what happened yesterday. So
yeah, so basically, we recording every single day our live trading, what we do with the pro members and all this stuff. And I was put in a little bit work. I was looking into our recording from yesterday, because guys, you was asking for actionable insights, how you can use the MenthorQ levels, how it comes to risk reward, about exit entries and all this stuff. Normally the insights only for our pro traders, but we want to give you an example how you can use this. This is a recording from our live trading room. It's not the full recording. It's, I think, 23 minutes, but we give you all good actions, what is there. And we will send this out to you so that you can have this. You can watch this. It's a really good example. Yesterday, I think we're having a really good time on gold. So it was an amazing session yesterday, but you will have this in your inbox today, and take a look into this. It's a really good one.
yeah.
All right, Fabio, can you share the roadmap from yesterday, what we was creating?
Yeah, 1 second.
All right, guys. So this is the screenshot from our roadmap, what we was creating yesterday together. As you remember, and you can find this in the recording yesterday, we want to hold ourselves here also a little bit accountability. Everything what we share with you should be really actionable, should be workable. And we was developing yesterday our trading roadmap, where I was giving you the example how we built this with the concept that blind spots supporting the gamma levels. Only where blind spots and gamma levels match, this is for me an hidden area where we have a lot of liquidity, where we're acting as magnet. And as you can see on the chart, it was working out really, really well. And we will do this again, only for you guys. So this roadmap works perfect, and it doesn't need so much time. I understand questions like, hey, how we should be executing this. This is really depend on the price action. In the mail from today, you will find something, and I will create now today's roadmap with you based on the concept what we was doing yesterday, because I want to share with you how easy this is to build your trading roadmap. And then we will dive into this, what I'm thinking about this with actionable trade ideas, what you're asking yesterday for. But first, let's jump in this and build our trading roadmap. First, again, we have our futures gamma levels here from NQ. They're coming from the NQ option chain. So it's really based on futures options. We not convert something, it's really based on NQ options. In the middle, you have the blind spots. The blind spots are correlated, assessed, where we're plotting for you, so that you have not to look into 20 different charts. So the blind spots are here to helping you. And the concept from the blind spot, when I was developing this together with MenthorQ, I was not really thinking about that this is like this. But what I was learning on my end, Fabio, is really blind spots supporting gamma levels. And when we have a place like this, where blind spots supporting gamma levels, there will be a magnet. And let's
okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I can see you're moving the screen, so it's fine.
All right, so let's do this again. So we have here blind spot 4 with high vol and put support 0 DTE. So let's build our trading roadmap for today. So blind spots supporting gamma level. Where we have this also, where a blind spot supporting gamma level. Here we go. We have this here. Here we have our box at the top, where blind spots supporting call resistance gags. And from NDX, we have here our 1-day max. And then at the top, blind spot 3 is supporting 1-day max. At the bottom, is there something where blind spots supporting gamma levels? Yes. We have 1-day min who are supporting the blind spots, and we have also high vol with blind spot 6. And now let's take out really our indicators because we want to make this as easy as possible. So hide the indicators. Here we go. And now we have our trading roadmap. It's based on 30-minute time frame. First, what I'm always doing is looking to the left side. Is there something what makes sense? Is there something what the roadmap will be teaching me? Yes, we have open spaces. We have open spaces from here to here, where we're targeting also the tops. Here we go. This is some warning sign for me. If we're breaking the box, take a closer look to the left side where we was rejecting in the past. So if we're breaking this, here we go. So at the moment, it's a really good support and resistance system. How we can trade this, how we will doing this. It's like what I'm doing is I'm adding again my MenthorQ gamma levels, but only the end of the day.
Pat,
And then
take a look on gold. $10 right now. I received parts.
Nice. Good job.
Nice.
Nice. I like it so much. So this is at the moment really interesting. So I personally like high vol because, as you were seeing yesterday, high vol is the money printing level. When we're touching high vol, we most see some really good price action. And we were seeing this also. Now here we get a price action, we get a reaction, but we stay below high vol 0 DTE and above high vol. So at the moment, we are in the middle between two high vol levels. This is something what I don't like, because here the volatility can be really, really stupid. It can be shopped around. I don't like it. So if I want to targeting the call resistance, I wouldn't be waiting until we be above high vol 0DTE and put my stop loss also below high vol, and then looking into this, is this a good risk reward for me when I'm targeting, for example, the call resistance 0DTE and putting my stop loss here? It's all about risk and reward. Is this really good to take it? And Fabio, I have one question for you. We were seeing very often that we're breaking call resistance 0DTE or gamma vol 0DTE doing the market, and people are wondering why we're breaking this. Can you explain why our levels get broken in a really simple approach?
Yeah, so I think in a very simple approach, you have to think about compare gamma and gamma levels to technical analysis, right? So what happens when support and resistance gets broken, right? So support gets broken, it becomes a new resistance. But the idea behind it is that you believe that past price action will determine future price action, right? When you talk about gamma levels, it's actually forward looking, because you know that behind the structure there is going to be a reaction. So when we break, for example, a core resistance, we know that market makers need to hedge, and that becomes an inflection point. So it's kind of like looking at similar to what you would say use technical analysis for, but you are using basically forward-looking data that could potentially create that move.
Yeah, really interesting. Really interesting. So this is if we breaking this, I have a clear target and move my stop loss below call resistance UDTE. I would be protecting myself always below a major gamma level, and then ride the wave until 1-day max. Because what we always, no, not always, but very often seeing, Fabio, is that people taking too early profits, correct? And they're missing at the end the really good move to the top or to the bottom. And one good target in this is, if you have a really trending day, is the 1-day max or the 1-day min, correct, Fabio? And why is this?
So the 1-day max and the 1-day minimum is our proprietary indicator to determine the volatility for the day. So the idea behind it is that it would set you up with target areas or volatility areas that you might want to reach for, or if you are basically looking for stop loss, take profit target, that could also be used for that. So if you are basically on a long trade, you could use the 1-day min as your stop loss. If you are in a short trade, you could use the 1-day max as your stop loss if that matches your risk tolerance and stuff like that.
And also for reserval. So if we're breaking the 1-day min or we're breaking the 1-day max, there's some statistic, Fabio, about the 1-day max and the 1-day min. I think this is really interesting for the people. What is this exactly?
Yeah, let me pull it up 1 second.
So $15 reaction from 1-day min and put support with blind spot free on GCG right now on live with our long position. I took more than $10 from this move. I'm out right now. Man, I love this.
Congrats.
What can I say? 1-day min, 1-day max, call resistance with gamma wall, HVLs. I love this. And usually when we have that kind of configuration, like a clusters, works like a magnetic point, awesome.
So Maciej, maybe can you go over that so that we can show with the people? I'm sharing your chart, so.
Yeah. One more time, Fabio, what you need?
Yeah, so if you want to just break down what you did and how you use the data, that would be amazing.
So we map together today, put support 0DTE with blind spot 3 and 1-day min as our main bottom right now. But if we cross this, we should expect it extended moves, especially to the downside, where we have a gap and also later HVL. And if we start another leg of correction, then we should accelerate. But we stay above. I was watching how the price is reacting right here. And then after diving in this box, I will show this exactly on M5 minutes candles because this is my time frame. When we're coming back with this green candle, I wait for another confirmation, and then exactly in this zone, I take my long position. And right now, coming back to the first from M5 candle support in between of the distance from HVL and put support, I take my profits and right now waiting for another idea, another move. If they going up, it's awesome. For me, it doesn't matter. I take my cake from the table. It's enough for me. Day is not ending. $15 nearly is enough. What can I say?
That's good.
Usually, you have statistics from 1 day mean and 1 day max on gold. Am I right, Fabio?
Not yet on gold, but we're working on it. So we're working on a lot of back testing tools. So these are going to be available soon. I can show you guys where you can find all the information. So if you go to our guides within our platform, this is all available for everyone. So you guys can access this documentation. It's all free. You scroll down and you have our backtesting section right here. Click on gamma levels backtesting, and if you want to see the other backtesting as well, we have that. And then now we have our backtesting results here. And what Patrick was mentioning is kind of this success rate. So we are looking at 4 years of historical option data. We have calculated the models on those 4 years, and over 4 years, the levels, so the 1 day max and 1 day min, were respected on 87% in this case and 85%. So that means that, sure, there is a chance that the price can move past that level, but you have statistical advantage by looking at this kind of like a report.
Exactly. And this is why I was learning really since I be here with you, Fabio. I think since the futures launch, we working together. Is if we have a trend day, it's a really good target to be patient, to be disciplined, and targeting the 1 day min and the 1 day max. Sometimes it's like only the issue, trust the levels. Yeah. So
Of
you
course.
see the levels and thinking like, oh man, I don't know. And then if you're looking backwards when the day is done, you're thinking like, so easy, man. Why I was not doing this? It's so easy. But at the end, it's really like trust the levels, trust the process. And it's very often like this that we go into 1 day min, 1 day max, but you can trail your position or you're taking partials. And the really cool thing is, and that was my example, by the way, when we now giving you the trading roadmap for NQ, is you can take partials. So like if we're hitting the call resistance, take partial profits and then save your position so that you cannot lose anymore. And then if we're breaking through call resistance with momentum, what you can possibly see on your other tools, there are Bookmap outside, there are ATAS outside, all very great tools where you have also MenthorQ, gamma levels, and not only, and then you can follow the move and targeting at the end the 1 day max. So for me, basically at the moment, it is not tradable because I have side by side also the ES. I'm looking as a Q trader always to the ES, and at the moment, ES is like giving me a little bit issue, and I will tell you why. And here we go. Look at this. We have here call resistance with the blind spots and GEX 5. And we have also our area here. So at the moment, it can be possible that we're building a little range here. And then if we taking out the range, like we're getting out of call resistance, or we're breaking put support CODTE, then we will most likely see also that we break out here, or that we break out here. And this is where I'm waiting for. I will be not getting involved in this, because this is like, I don't know, I don't like it. I like more personally, and this is something what I'm telling the people, I like the free space. What is the concept of free space? I will explain this to you. Where you have at the moment no levels behind you, where you can going without any issue truth. And at the moment, if I'm looking to my chart, if you're breaking high wall, put support CODTE, there's no issue anymore. We can targeting directly 1-day min. I have plotted the gamma levels primarily and GEX 1 to 5. But after we're breaking, for example, high wall CODT and put support CODT, nothing is below us. At the moment, in this area between call resistance and high wall, we have GEX 2, high wall CODTE, GEX 1, GEX 3, GEX 4. There are so many things behind us where we have to fight with. And then at the top, we have call resistance. And here, this is a warning sign for me if I'm seeing the round number 26,000. So first, we have a round number and we have call resistance. I won't be not getting trapped in this. If we're breaking the call resistance, I'm expecting more that we're coming back, retest this, and then going maybe to 1-day max. So I was learning when I'm trading with the gamma levels, wait for the retest. Also here, if you're liking more the upside, just wait for a retest, that we're testing this again, and then boom, or we fail directly. But I'm waiting very often for a retest. I don't know, Maciej, you're trading also very often the gamma levels. Do you observe something like this also? Wait for a retest?
I'm usually, as you know, like also kiss and go. So the first touch and reaction to try to jump when I'm focused on my chart and sitting focused.
Yeah.
But usually when we have second reset, usually it's deeper. And then I'm waiting to coming back, like foul recovery, something like this, as a confirmation when I'm using M5 time frame.
Yeah. Okay, coming back now.
It works for me.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. And think about, guys, about the first touch. When is the gamma level the strongest one? At the first touch. With every touch where we're touching this more and more, it becomes weaker. The first touch is the strongest one. So that's why check always, is this now the first time? So we came now today, the first time where we're touching high wall and put support CODT. If we come again to high wall CODT, it becomes more weaker. The first touch is the strongest one. If we touch this more and more, it becomes more and more weaker. This is also something what I was observing. And coming back now to our ES. As you can see, we have a lot of clusters on ES. We have a really nice setup on ES where we can trade from box to box. And this is I think, really one good gameplay today where we have our box-to-box trades. Let's take out the indicators again. Hide the indicators. Here we go. Box to box. Boom. But I personally prefer more NQ because here I have nothing what is staying below us. But again, what we're doing always in the pro room, Maciej, we have a plan A when we want to go long. And we have a plan B. And we have a plan B when we want to go short. And last but not least, we have also a plan C when we want to stay out of the market. Because for us, it's really important not having bias, not have any favor in any direction. This will be not working. Have always a plan for each one, what you want to see when you want to go long, what the market should be looking like. If you want to go short, what you want to see to going short, how should be the market looking like. And also, if nothing is showing up, not plan A, not plan B, then take plan C, stay out of the market and just wait. If I'm telling you I'm liking the short, this doesn't mean that I will be doing this, because this is only a plan. Plan B, short. I have also a plan A for going long. So by the way, this is really like what we're doing always. We have a plan A, plan B, plan C. And this is also what you was mentioned in the gold. So have a plan A, have a plan B, have a plan C. And last but not least, welcome back. High vol DTE on VIX. Amazing. And it looks like the same setup from yesterday. And here we go. Take a closer look. Take a closer look. We have a midnight gap on the VIX. Can we fill the gap and come to put support DTE? It's amazing. We have again the same setup on the VIX. And I'm not doing any trade without looking into the VIX. The VIX is my second confirmation. The VIX is all about timing. Yesterday, we was doing a 45-minute masterclass about how you can use the VIX for timing your entries and exits. And I think this was really amazing. If we have pro traders here, please give us a comment how you was feeling about the VIX session yesterday, because I think it was really great. So have always a second confirmation, and my second confirmation is the VIX. That's the plan for today. And yeah.
Fabio, could you show my monitor for 1 minute?
Absolutely.
So we have still pressure to the upside on gold. What I mention each day when we have gold session about dollar, if dropping, supporting gold going to the upside. And right now we have pure example of this. Dollar index is dropping and helps gold going higher. Well, awesome. And exactly 1 day max, which is convert from euro futures data to dollar index, works exactly awesome. So ladies and gents, if you have problem with dollar index, you can use euro concept conversion to dollar index, and you have pure picture how it works. 1 day max holding HVL, then we know exactly what we can expect.
Yep. And Fabio, we have few minutes left, 15 minutes, by the way. I would say let's use the last 5 minutes for a Q&A for the members. We will go in your comments. But for now, it's also really important to look at the MenthorQ dashboard. But MenthorQ is not only having levels on your chart, building trading roadmaps. It's also all about models and data. And Fabio, can you give us some overview? Let's talk about SPX, because we was talking about NQ, we was talking about gold. How SPX is looking like based on our models, what people can looking for, where they're getting great information. We have end of the day for SPX. We have also intraday snapshots, and we have our models. So I would say, Fabio, let's go.
Yeah, so I think the first step and the goal of the dashboard is really to give you like a very quick overview of what's going on in the asset that you trade. So we cover about 1,300 plus assets. So the first step is, of course, we want to look at the SPX gamma condition. When we start the day, we want to understand if it's going to be a volatile day, if it's going to be a less volatile day. So understanding if we are in positive or negative gamma can give us some hints. So obviously it's color coded. It helps you also understand. We also want to look at the Q score. Q score is very important because it can summarize a lot of data points into actionable ideas. So what we can see here is that we are very high, very bullish on momentum. Volatility is very low, which typically is good because on a trendy market, you want volatility to be low because you want that to confirm the trend if you're in a bullish trend and so on. The option is still neutral, so we can look at that in a second, and then you can kind of move down to the net gamma exposure chart. This is the main chart where we derive our levels. So the levels that you see on the chart are coming from this tool here. We also break it down for 0 DTEs, 1 DTEs, and expirations with the highest gamma. So you might want to pay attention to these data sets. Everything is also then summarized in the option matrix. So the option matrix can tell you, for example, that today we have about 18% of gamma expiring, and we have 10% tomorrow and 17% by Friday. So within this week, we're going to see about 50% of current gamma expiring at the end of the week. So very, very important. Remember, guys, we are going to be trading live on OPEX Day on the 16th of January. So stay tuned there. But that's going to be important. And then, of course, you have all the other models. So our swing trading model, our volatility risk premium, our Q score. So just let's go over why the Q score is important. Here you see the time series. So the numbers that you see at the top here, those 1 to 5 numbers here are set up in a time series. Why is that important? Because it can help you understand how the price moved when we were going from a very negative to a very positive number. So if you look at this level here, so we went from a very, very bullish option score on this day to a very bearish, the market dropped. We went from a very bearish to a very bullish. We are seeing kind of like an uptrend. So you can kind of use this as ideas of how to confirm your trading plan. Let me know if that answered the question.
Yeah, of course.
And again, if you are trading futures, you can access the same models on futures. This is looking at futures options. So there was a question about NDX versus NQ. We have access to different option chains. So whether you're trading Nasdaq or yes, you can use the option chain of the future, or you can use the option chain of the index or the ETF.
And I want to add something to this because this is really, really interesting. I'm really not talking about other tools or something like this. It's not my business. But guys, take a look outside. If you find someone who provides you futures levels, gamma levels, who are not converted. Many people converting from QQQ to NQ or NDX to NQ, but here on MenthorQ, you find really the futures gamma levels based on futures option chain, not converted. It's really based on futures. And we cannot stress this enough. It's so powerful if you have the full ability of every option chain. You can look into the futures option chain from NQ. You can look in the QQQ ETF option chain, and you can look into the NDX option chain. So you have every 3 option chains. And people talking very often why institutionals have so many power, because they have so much financial power. But here we will give you also some edge. You can look in all option chains, what's normally not so easy.
Yeah, and I think there's a good question from Jack. Intraday over end of day. I think what are the differences and the benefits? So I think the first step is to understand how institutional players are trading. So us as retail traders, we can day trade any time of the day, 24/5 if we wanted to with futures. Institutions typically come in at the open between 9:30 and 10:30, and then they trade at the close. So the big volume are coming in at around 3 p.m. That's why the end of day is so relevant, because the big levels are going to be defined at the end of the day. And then, of course, you have intraday snapshots. So let's say, let me give you an example. When we have earnings report like NVIDIA earnings or Tesla earnings, after market, the option chain doesn't trade. So what happens at the open, based on the information that we receive from the earnings report, the market will move. So the market will be repositioning very fast. So having access to the intraday data is very, very important as well.
And it helps you really to build a better trading roadmap, because if you have everything, I was starting with having everything on my chart, but then I was really learning about the power from MenthorQ is having everything on my chart. Sometimes it's not so helpful, but it's really helpful to find clusters. because as a futures traders, I believe in this finding clusters, finding the gamma clusters, where the people sitting, where possible we can target something. And with MenthorQ, you can have this much more simple. There are many gurus outside who are giving you information and newsletter service about clusters, about building your roadmap. They explain everything, but here you have everything. You can do this in 30 seconds and you have this there. So you have this on your own. And this is the powerful stuff, guys. This is really, really what is so amazing. And today on ES, it's looking like, hey, box to box. So it's NQ, it's looking much more easier for me to trade. And when I'm building my trading roadmaps, I like to trade NQ, I like to trade ES, but sometimes based on the roadmap, I make also some decisions what I should be trading more. Should I trading today NQ or should I more focusing on my ES? And this helps me also very well. All right, guys, I think it was a really great great session, and let's take a look into the questions, Fabio.
Yeah, so there's a lot of questions. Let me see. Let me see if there's anyone that spikes your attention, Patrick. Maybe the one on HVL. Do you want to take that?
I don't see the question. What you mean? Can you show us this? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Andre, welcome, my friend. Following up on, it's right to say that GEX is a magnet. High volatility is volatility and side price movement. Okay.
So I can go into that. So I think you, Andre, you need to think about the levels as magnets, but they could become inflection points. So there's a second point to your question where the levels are inflection point, right? So similar to what we said before, like think about in technical terms, what happens when price reaches a support or resistance. It can be applied similar to the gamma levels, but you know that basically at gamma levels with the high concentration of gamma, those will become magnets, so target areas where the price could pin to, or they could also become inflection points. So what we mentioned is the core resistance. If we break through a core resistance level, which is a very heavy for the day, then that could become an inflection point for an upside move. But at the same time, that could also be a strong magnet where the price can be rejected, right? So you have to be prepare for plan A and plan B.
Okay, so and I will be also explain this and I try to explain this as simple as possible, because this is why I was a little bit stopping when I was reading the question. Personally, when we're talking about high vol, I would tell all people who I meet and who I'm presenting MenthorQ is the first thing when you start with MenthorQ is take a closer look on your chart. Give yourself time. Give yourself, I would say, 1 month time, and observing how the level's working. And this is really cool. And what I was observing, it's only observing, with my experience from the last 2 years. Every time when we're hitting high vol, there are two opportunities. First opportunity is we pin around, and we have the pinning effect. And I was observing it's mostly 25 points above high vol 0 DTE, high vol or high vol 0 DTE, and 25 points below high vol or high vol 0 DTE. So basically, say with this, we have a 50-point range between high vol. This is also why I'm not liking if high vol is above high vol 0 DTE, because then the range where we're pinning is a little bit bigger. So give them 50 points in total, 25 for the upside, 25 for the downside. That's number one, what I'm observing. There's very often pinning effect. But after the pinning effect, we see great price action, as you was seeing yesterday with the high vol. You will see really good price action after the pinning effect is done. and after the move is building. This is why I'm calling this the money printing levels. So the high vol gives you really good price action. If you be on the right side, bam, you can take it. And the third lesson, what I was learning from high vol, it can be also a pain in the ass. If you're having a tight stop loss, you can stop out really quick on the high vol because of the pinning effect about the range. So what you can basically doing is thinking about twice if you enter directly on the high vol or just waiting until we move, we get trend confirmation after the high vol is then, and then take it. So that's what I was learning and observing from the high vol. And what I'm personally also really liking is if we're having a big brother on a gamma level. What I mean with a big brother. All right, a big brother is here on call resistance and call resistance EUDTE. So if you want, for example, taking the short on call resistance, you have now a good opportunity because there's a next gamma level, and put your stop loss above the GAX5, for example. And if we're breaking this, okay, it makes no more sense. So this is also something what I was learning. The gamma levels helping you also for having a better entry, having a better exit, and to placing your stop loss much more precise. And then building based on this, your risk reward, your position sizing, it's really, really powerful. That's why personally I don't like the range where we are at the moment between GAX1, GAX3, high vol, GAX2. This is too much levels on a concentrated area. Take a look at this from 725 to 815. So that's around 90 points. In 90 points area, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gamma levels. Holy moly. And this is a little bit too much. So this is why I'm not liking this area. I'm liking more the free space. Because if I want targeting the free space, I can use the big brother high vol 0 DTE, high vol, and put my stop loss here if I want short this. So because it's more likely that we're getting here our support and then maybe get this. But this is only as a trade idea. This is a plan B, as you were saying, when we want to go short, what you want to see. But if you want going long, okay, let's go. But this is really what I was observing. So again, try first when you come to MenthorQ, and this is something what I would be giving you as friendly advice. Observe first on your chart how MenthorQ levels working and see something, and then build your knowledge based on this. If you see at the moment, all right, we're holding on high vol and put support, go into our academy, go in our wikis, go in our Quinn and asking, hey, I was seeing high vol is holding and high vol and put support at the same price level. What is this meaning? Can you explain, Quinn? Or what is high vol? What is put support 0 DTE? Then I would be really learning and understanding this level. All right.
Amazing. So I think we are at time. Patrick and Maciej, thank you so much. And you guys will be live trading later in 15 minutes in our pro session. We're going to be back tomorrow morning, guys. So stay tuned and join us. Follow us on YouTube and X. And yeah, we'll keep
and just as a reminder, guys, you get today an email from us from when we sent this out. Is that something to do?
At the close around 4 p.m. tonight.
Okay, at the close, you will receive an email from our pro session from yesterday, because guys, he was asking about, can we see some insights? Can we see some practice? I was telling you, hey guys, this is more for the pro room. This is really top notch what we're doing there. How we helping you guys. But we understand that you need something because you're a MenthorQ user or you're interested in having MenthorQ on your side. We will give you a preview. It's a 23-minute video. It's a really top insights. I would be highly recommend to watch this. And also we have our live trading session OPEX, where we're doing here again on YouTube. And if you want to see also how we're using MenthorQ, we have here on YouTube also our live trading sessions, what we was doing in December. We was live very often. So for this reason, guys, there's enough stuff for you, but take care of your email today, what you want to receive from us. There's a really good insight, what you should not missing. You will be surprised about this. And we see us tomorrow. And from my end, thank you guys for spending the time with us. I'm so happy, and I hope you was taking out some golden nuggets as we was saying to you yesterday. Our goal is giving you every single day some golden nugget that you can at the end becoming on 2026 a better trader, that you can build also your own trading roadmaps without any guru telling you something, that you trust you're analyzing. Remember, trust the levels, trust the process. With this saying, I will say from my end, goodbye. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure.